Ooh, welcome back to the channel, guys. Real quick, man. Well, I don't know, not so quick. This is the one that was towed in. Tow truck brought it yesterday, I want to say. They brought it from another shop. Now this is different. This is one of those weird situations where I don't know, the customer or the shop wasn't sure of their diagnosis. The shop diagnosed this thing. It's a no start, by the way, guys. No crank, no start. And the shop, just like any other shop, guys, I'm sure this particular shop has scan tools and pretty much know how to troubleshoot a no start. Okay, no crank. I want to say it's a no crank, no start. Well, anyway, she was saying they told her she need a PCM, but they not sure. Now, guys, when you say you're not sure of something and that turns customers off, those are the kind of customer that you need to be a little weary about, because they it's hard to compromise with those kinds. Okay, they one of those, once you tell them something, it's a done deal in their head. They sticking to whatever you say. So it's like no compromising with them, and I'm kind of fearful of those guys too, guys. So because to be honest, guys, there's no certainty in anything. No matter, like I say all the time, even if you diagnose a car by the book, there's still a chance you can be wrong. Okay, I took this cover off because they told her she needed a PCM, but like I say, they're not sure. This is the PCM. So I'm thinking they hooked a scan tool up, and where's my 13? They hooked a scan tool up. I gotta take this out. Well, I don't know why. I gotta pod this thing first. I gotta start from scratch. In other words, I never go by anything another mechanic or another shop told me. But I'm just speaking to you guys about the history. They obviously hooked a scan tool up and they can't communicate with anything. So what's the natural instinct come out of people's mind? It must need a computer. Guys, we got to get out of that way of thinking, because even though there's a slight chance that could be your cause, it just need to be verified. Okay, nobody wants to. It's hard making an accusation on a potential $1,000 part. That is an expensive gamble, and I'm gonna call it a gamble because if you don't know if that's the problem, then you're gambling. All right, so this is a Hemi, as you can see, but that has no bearing on why any particular car, the no start, no diagnostic, or no crank diagnostic all play the same role. And I typically start those with scan. I need to look into that thing first. I need to see inside of it, see what's going on in it, how it's feeling, how is your day, all of that. I need to find out what I need to find out. So what I'm gonna do first is we got the tip hook my pod up, guys. Hook my pod up. I'm about to hook a jump box up to the battery in the rear of the trunk just to keep me continuous power. All right, first thing first, guys, I'm gonna grab my laptop. We finally got this pushed in, by the way. I'm gonna grab my laptop and I'm gonna try to go off my laptop so I can film while I'm doing this. All right, how about that? All right, y'all stay tuned, man. I'll be right back. Ooh, righty, guys, I am in the car. Oh my goodness, guys, this is a bad sign right off the bat. As you can see, I got my laptop in the car. This is a bad sign. My scan tool is not even pulling up the VIN. But have no fear, there's an option right here where I can enter the VIN. So I'm gonna do just that. All right, got the VIN entered. Now I should be able to see something, guys. All right, guys, I am up now because I had to enter the VIN so my pod will know who I'm talking to manually. By entering the VIN, it can dissect, break down the VIN and tell what kind of car I'm working on. And guys, look, as you can see, the PCM is red offline. So is that an indication why they said you need a PCM? You could very well need a PCM, but I'm one of those guys that like to verify. Remember, guys, there's a couple of things you need for a module to run: power supply, ground, and bus communication. If those three are not there, the PCM supposed to be red. Okay, power supply and ground is very important, but the bus wires, that is important too, but you got to have power supply and ground. So because I can't talk to that, And I'm sure all these fault codes is simply saying no communication with TCM. Yeah, lost communication with ECM. All right, so guys, I got to go to the menu. I want to look up the pin location to this PCM. This car is equipped with a nag. See, no unresponsive. So let me go to another screen and pull up the diagram to pin 1. I have these connectors pretty much memorized. Let's go to the connector so we can find out what pin is power supply and what pin is ground. Hold tight. Alrighty guys, I went straight to connector 1 of the PCM. I know that one's by heart. At least I know that that's where power supply and ground terminals would be. This is what the connector will look like. Now I'm not going to back probe these connectors. I have a breakout box that I use, so I'm going to go straight to my breakout box and install it in series with this PCM and the wiring. But I need to find out what pins I'm dealing with. We're looking for power supply and ground. Now here go my pin numbers, connector numbers. We need to correlate that into what it stands for right off the bat. Okay, here's ground. So at pin 9, that should be ground. Pin 10, I see this fuse B plus, that should be 12 volts. And where we at? 18 and 19 should be ground. And pin 29 look like. Can y'all see that? Make sure y'all can see that. 29 should be fuse B plus. So let me memorize the power supply. Pin 29, and what else did I say? Okay, pin 10 and pin 29. Y'all remember that should be fuse. Pin 9, 18, 19. Was it another one? Okay, those should be ground. All right, 10 and 29 power supply. 9, 18, and 19 should be ground. All right, let's go. Let me grab my breakout box. We're going to go to the PCM and let's put this in action, guys. Y'all ready? Let's get it. Alright guys, I got my breakout box. Let's do the ground ports first. What do we say? 18 and 19. Let's do this. 18 and 19. Alright, those are ground. What do we say the other ones? 10 and 29, right? So let's change my test light to a positive. No, to a ground. Let's do this. Put this right here. Now 10 and 29, we should get power supply. Where's 10? Right here. Nothing, guys. What was the other one? 29. 10 and 29. I'm getting nothing on neither. Make sure my light working. Yep. Okay, guys, we got a open. This computer will never work without power supply going to it. I want to assume it's protected by a fuse, but which one? And this not helping. Let's go back to the computer, guys, so we can find out where this circuit, which fuse protect this PCM. All right, hold tight. All right, guys, as y'all saw, I'm missing power supply at my PCM connector. Now let's go back to this part of the diagram. We need to find what circuit those power supply on. Okay, pin 10, A209. I'm looking at the circuit right here. Let's go to pin 29. What circuit is this? It on. Oh wow, guys, A209. So both pin 10 and 29 is on circuit A209. So now what I want to do, find out what fuse is that. Let me put this in the search bar. What I say? A209. 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 Alright, event specific. I want to see show circuit details. No, I don't want that. I want the other one. Show diagram. Oh, here we go, guys. We're on to something. So if you look at this diagram, guys, This is our PCM right here, guys. Yep, this is pin 10 and pin 29. In fact, they use the same fuse. This fuse is inside this box, which is called a TCM, totally integrated power module. All right, here's the fuse right here. So the fuse, it's actually not, the fuse powers this relay, but the relay has nothing to do with why the PCM not getting its power supply. I want to say this fuse is likely blown, okay, because it's one shot. The fuse is inside the TCM. It comes right here on a connector at the TCM and goes directly to the PCM. These are the pins we do not have power supply on, guys. Now, where in the hell is this fuse? Let's see if we can find out. Show connection, show component location. Ah, bingo. That fuse, ladies and gentlemen, is number 3 right here. What is they calling that? Let's make this a little bigger. Look at that. PCM control module. Alright, so that is actually in essence a PCM fuse. Right here. The one in the middle right beside this relay. I can memorize that. Alright guys, let's go and see. This fuse has to be blown. We may have found, no, the fuse is not a fix, guys, so be careful with that. Let's go take a look at some. Let's get it. Alright guys, according to our, it's this fuse right here, the one next to this relay. Let's see if it is hot. It's hot right here. Uh-oh. Guys, that fuse is open. Yes, it's open. Let's get this out of here. Yay, that's blown, guys. You would never have power supply on a PCM. Well, you'll never get now if I stick a new fuse in here, will I get my 10 and 29 back? Only one way to find out. Hold tight. Alright guys, I'm back with a new fuse. I want to see if I'm gonna get my 10 and 29 power supply back. Let's stick this in here. Alright, we're gonna put this back in here and go see if I start. Uh-oh. I just heard a pop. Oh boy, wait a minute guys. Oh no, this fuse, oh shh. Hold on. Oh gosh, this fuse is blown. All I did was plug it up. Hold on, let me see something. Let me unplug this. Come on, baby. Alright, got it unplugged. Grab me another fuse, known good fuse. Put that in there. Where's my test light? They both powered. Alright, I'm gonna plug this up. I'm gonna bring this camera back. See if we can see a spark. Here we go. Oh, y'all saw that? Oh no. Guys, wait a minute. It popped as soon as I plugged it in. Guys, there's something wrong with this PCM. It's popped. So guys, that's what I mean by simply thinking a blown fuse will fix your problem. I gotta see this again. Let me grab one more fuse. Alright, all these fuses are blown. I got me another. Am I unplugged? I'm unplugged. Plug this in. I just heard some activation. It's still good. Plugged in. Alright, we're gonna do this together, guys. Alright, y'all follow me here. Alright, here's my connector one. You can see the fuse hanging right there. I want to make sure you can see both. I'm getting ready to plug this connector in. Watch that fuse down there and see if you see a arc. Are ready? Here we go. This is shorting out, guys. Now, before we come to that conclusion, let's go see what else shares this fuse, guys, because I think I seen a relay. Yes, I think I seen a relay. Let's go pull that relay. If we pull that relay, which relay was it? Anybody remember? If we pull that relay, this is the only thing left on that circuit. In fact, it's not popping until I plug this in. So even with the relay in place, that's not the problem. The relay ain't got nothing to do with it. The short circuit occurs when I plug this in. It's something internal to this PCM, guys. Yes, that relay has nothing to do with it. It just shares the power feed. And if it's not popping when I have, when the relay, I haven't unplugged the relay, it's the short circuit occurring when I plug in the PCM. Guys, we need a computer. All right, this is one where I actually really need a computer. Wow. Normally I'm skeptical about something needing a computer. And remember, guys, the short happens only, I'm trying to dissect this myself now for a minute. Y'all hold tight. Let me get some thinking, a couple seconds thinking. The short circuit only occurring when I plug it in. That means whatever I'm plugging in is obviously the reason, right? Any help? I got any help out there? I want to make sure I'm thinking right. I'm thinking this thing. How could it be? Let's go outside the box. How could it be anything else? Like the fuse would pop if it was anything else. Just say if there's anything on this circuit wiring rubbing on a firewall or anything rubbing, or the relay for that matter. If that was the case, it would pop as soon as I plug the fuse in, right? No, I'm not getting the short circuit until I plug this in. Okay, I'm convinced now. I had to make myself believe that. Yes, guys, I'm convinced. I need a PCM. All right. I want to think. Oh, well, I don't want to think that, but I know. Even if I'm trying to play a scenario out. Okay, yes, I'm happy I found a blown fuse, but I didn't get too happy to believe that that will fix the car. Oh, it's just a blown fuse. I fixed it. It was a blown fuse. Something popped these guys. Short circuit is responsible for popping fuse. I need a PCM, guys. Let me go and tell her she need a PCM. We got to start there, guys. Remember, this is a start thing. All right, we're starting there. All right. So, in fact, I'm gonna edit this video, upload it. Y'all stay tuned for part 2. How about that? It's gonna take a day or 2 to get a PCM. I don't want to push this car aside, so I got other things I can do. Up until now, I hope y'all got something out of this as far as how to diagnose a PCM, I guess. No start, no crank, no start. Remember, power supply and ground is needed for any particular computer module to run. I had ground, but I didn't have power supply. That power supply comes from this fuse right here, A circuit A209. Both come from this fuse. This fuse was open. I closed the fuse via a good fuse, and by way of simply plugging this in, my short circuit occurred again. So I need a PCM. All right, I'm convinced. I'm really convinced now. Sometimes I need that, guys. All right, I tell y'all what. Yeah, tomorrow it should be here. We're gonna order it. I don't know. I gotta sell it first. We'll see what happens, guys. Y'all stay tuned for part 2.